Hi everyone, this is Dee with the Paper Drawer. I wanted to share with you today some items I've been playing with and maybe to give you some ideas or inspire you. I received some printed fabric in the mail yesterday. It is from Matteo at Arteo Mixed Media Art. He was doing these and I absolutely love them. Printing on fabric is something I've never done, but I really have no interest in doing. So when I saw these, I asked him about it and had him send them to me. So I want to go through the fabric with you real quick, and then I want to show you a few things that I've done with it and ideas that I have. He sent me quite a bit, and he tea dyes, and I love the staining from the tea. Excuse me. Some of these have two on it. I can either tear it apart or I can fold it and make it a page. And that's what I'm thinking on a lot of these, is making pages out of them, making booklets, making covers, all sorts of things. So I got it yesterday and I just couldn't stop thinking about it because I had so many ideas that I wanted to do. Here's 4 pocket watches. I can cut them in 4. Look at that staining. Or I can again fold it in half and make a page. This would be great for Halloween, and that's what I'm thinking of, but I love that heart. I like the book text too that he puts in. These all are just printed really beautifully. They all come out. They all have come out really nice. Love that. Here's a frame. And here's just some text. That'd be a perfect page. Love this leaf. Skeleton leaf. Music page. This is another great Halloween one, which I think I'm going to save it for my Halloween journal. But I love that tea staining. It's just no control on it, and I really like that. It's just random. Love this butterfly. This would be a great page too. But I like it, the whole thing. Hot air balloon. More text, dictionary, an ad. Lion's head, pool, bingo card. This is pretty. Looks like a keyhole. Here's 2 more that I can tear up or I can fold as a page. So that's really pretty. This looks like a seashell, and I like the staining on this one. Look at this staining. It is really, really cool. So that's really pretty. Let's see if I'm in frame. Yep. Here's a gladiator. The lion's head. Like pattern paper. Here's another one that has multiples on it. The rabbit, the rhino, and then the grapes and grape leaf. So I could cut it this way first, and then I can fold it this way to cut those. So again, a lot of options. I love the images on it. Like I said, you can do anything with these. This one I might say for Halloween also. Look at that thumb. It's got a guy's face. Turtle. That's beautiful. And then here's a map. Let's see, do I have that? Yeah, I have it the right way, this way. But that's really pretty. So those were images that were printed on fabric. The fabric was tea dyed first, and then he boiled it, and then he ironed it and then put it through the printer. This is another one of his. I really love this one. I needed another cover. I actually had something on this and I took it off because when I saw this, I thought it has to be the cover. This was made by Matteo also. This will become one of my personal journals. So my idea is to get a page and tip one of these in and I'll show you what I've done to one that my personal journal I'm working on now. And then it could be like a hidden page or a secret page. But anyway, so that's this one. He's got some fabric in here, which would be really cool to kind of match up fabric. That's rubber stamping, I believe, that he did. But this is a great journal. I really like it. Okay, so that's an idea for that. I have this other one too, and I like this one. Matteo made this one also. I like it because it's just wonky. The pages aren't even. I love that. There's a lot of blank pages, and I really am starting to lean towards that. In the beginning, I think we all thought that every page had to be decorated, and sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with that now. It's too much. I don't think I'm okay with white pages. Everything doesn't have to be coffee dyed. I like that variation of the coffee dyed, tea dyed, and then you've got like a brand new piece of paper in there. I love that. So I think what it is too is, if you've seen my other videos, I'm journaling, but I'm also doing quote journals, and these blank ones are great for that. I can doodle, I can put rub-offs on them. So anyway, that's this one. And then this was a piece of fabric that was sent, and this was the other part of it. And all I'm going to do is I cut it to fit this. I'm going to get a piece of scrapbook paper or cardstock or something, stitch it on, and do the exact same thing that I did with this one. Okay, and because I love this, I don't want to cover that up. And there's a little ridge there that he put on. So I think this suits this one just fine. This is my personal journal. I am writing in it. I've done quite a bit. And I am not done with it, but I'm getting very close. So this would be the section that I'm going to be working on next. And what I did was I took one of the pieces of fabric, this one, and I stapled it on the top of the page. That one's so pretty. So I just kind of randomly stapled it. And then, because it's thin, what you can do is you can take like jewelry pliers and you can smash this down because they get kind of sharp and they stick up. So sometimes it's wobbly. If you hold one end of it and then put the pliers on it, you can get these flat. And to me, it just looks a little bit better, but also too, I think it secures it a little bit more. So this is kind of what I'm thinking about doing, is pulling a couple of the printed fabric and putting it in my personal journal. Love this journal. I've tipped a lot of stuff in, and I've put stuff in. I've got this. I'm going to show you this. This is very beautiful. It's a wedding announcement or invitation. It's beautiful. So that has a lot of meaning to me. So I stick it in here and I look at it. So that's this. Then the other thing that I've done is I've made this. I don't think I can get it all in frame. It's basically, I call it a shipping clipboard. It's vintage. I got it off eBay, and I love it. I got legal paper. I had to cut it down, but I got legal paper, and I coffee dyed it, and I distressed it. I took one of his fabrics, and I just sewed it right onto the page. I like that design. What I did was I did double the page just for a little bit extra strength. And again, it's basically just to look at, so it doesn't matter to me that the two pages are sewn together. But I love this. I took some regular graph paper, because here I go, right? It's coffee dyed, scrunched up, everything. And then I'm okay with just not coffee dyed leisure paper. Just folded it, wrinkled it, but this is what it looks like on the side. I love this. I absolutely love this. And let me tell you the way that I did this. When I finished cutting all the paper, I looked at it and I thought, it's just laying a little too flat. So what I did was, I took a section of the paper, I held it together, and I got a spray bottle, and I sprayed it and got it all wet, and then I started doing this with my hand. And I did it both ways, but mostly I did it going upwards. And then this is how you get that edge. Some of them, they don't have that edge, and that's okay. A lot of them do. I've torn some. These were already torn as I was doing it, and that's okay. But that's how to get that look. Look at this. I love this. And then it just kind of grows. It's, like I said, I really like this. I got this clipboard off of eBay. It was $10. Shipping, as everyone knows, gets a little expensive. So I try and keep my cost at $10 for these boards. I don't find them too often, but I did find 2 more. And those are shipping now. I enjoy doing this. I'm not sure if I'll put it in my Etsy shop. It could be expensive, the time that it takes doing this and shipping it. So I'm not sure what I'll do with those 2, but they're fun to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing. So that is this. And basically I wanted to show you this. Okay, so that's just a shipping thing. The other thing I wanted to show you is something else that Matteo has in his shop. And he has a video. We haven't seen him in a while. So he has a new video out. And it's based on this new digital kit that's in his shop. It's a notepad. So as he has done with his stamps, he's drawn guidelines so that you can cut it precise. And then this is what it looks like, all cut up. It's a cute size. I think what I'm going to do with mine is, I think because there's so many pages, he gives you a lot. I think I'm going to make mine into 2 booklets or 2 notepads and then stick them in a journal. I can also coffee dye this. I think it might look kind of cool coffee dyed. What would really be cool is to do the edges like this. But it's so small, I don't know what it'll look like. But I was just thinking. So anyway, I'll put a link to his shop. And I think I mentioned he has a video on this. And he actually has made a little booklet cover, which is just adorable. But anyway, I'll link that video. So he did it yesterday, I think. So when he did it, I went to his shop right away. The last thing I want to share with you is my watercolor. I am not an artist at all. I don't work with watercolor, acrylic paint, oil paint. Some of you know I am a painter in a different regards, is I do paint historical military miniatures. I also do some fantasy. I did those all in oils for about 13 years. And then I'm just several months ago moving to acrylics. So that's a learning curve right there for me to paint my figures. So this is watercolor. And one thing I love about this is that I can just do splotches. It's sometimes really hard for me to let go and just put it down. I got inspired by Lynn Parise. Lynn Parise Studio. She's on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you need to see her page. She's a mixed media artist, and she's fantastic. When I saw what she had done to postcards, I thought I'd give it a try because I've got a lot of postcards and a lot of letters. I got the letters and postcards off of eBay. It was 5 pounds of letters and postcards, so I have a drawer full. I think they might be pretty even on, I have some very old documents. They might be pretty on that. So instead of using the postcards practicing, I'm going to start practicing on watercolor paper. And Lynn suggested if it's something's really old, gesso at first. So a few of these have clear gesso on them. In the beginning, I didn't do that. And then I was talking to her in Messenger, and she was mentioning it. So these are just practice ones, I mean, I think they turned out okay. The pictures are kind of crazy on the other side, so I'm going to make them into pockets for my journal. So that is what this is. And I think they're okay. I kind of surprised myself. I didn't think I could do it. So my idea is to watercolor on checks. Here is, it's just a little note. Maybe do the inside. I've got these prescription. They might be kind of fun to watercolor on that. Here are the array of postcards. A lot of them were from Germany. I love the handwriting that someone was writing with. That's an interesting handwriting, but there is another one that's just, I love these. It doesn't look like anyone actually wrote these, but they're beautiful. So that's what I'm thinking, is using, look at that one, using these postcards. Look at that handwriting. Let me see the date on this one. I think it's 1895. Anyway, so I have these postcards, and I thought it would be fun to try and watercolor. They're very old, so I may have to gesso them like Lynn says. But Lynn has been a great inspiration to me. I've met a couple of ladies on Instagram that have been so kind and so willing to share what they know, and I love it. So those are the postcards, and then here are all the letters. So I want to try and watercolor on these. I think I can do it. And some of these are just envelopes, which is great. But I got a drawer full of these, and I do need to use them. I was giving some away as Happy Mail with a purchase from my Etsy shop. But I wanted to share these with you. I wanted to give you some ideas, and maybe you'll try it, or maybe you can put a different spin on it. But I thought it'd be kind of interesting just to show you. And if you're interested in any of this stuff, it's something that you could probably do. So I appreciate you watching, and thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.